Alright, 3v3 League Season 4, Division 3, playoff final this time. We have the first pick, Eldorado for Lodosaurus Rex, that is round 3's Mega Randoms, and we have Lombardia for Birdie. Then they band down to secure the neutral first game, which is going to be Land Nomad. And to speculate a little bit on this, Lombardia, Eldorado, Land Nomad. And Eldorado is arguably a hybrid map, right? So Lithuanians would do alright there. You could use but you'd also want to control the middle with castles or Franks, maybe comes to mind there. First game is going to be Land Nomad though. So kind of expect Poles regenerating builders makes sense there. Humans would be good as well for the second TC, and if you have a nice starting spot, you could actually get a good second TC boom. Spanish, strong, nomad civilization. And since they have Spanish secured already, they don't need to worry too much about the Italians for that one. Whereas Mongols, that's a go-to land nomad sim for me. It's weird maybe to pick Mongols for the neutral map first, but yeah, Mongols, Lithuanians also good land nomad sims. Honorable mention to Khmer, and then the Tatars with the food boost from sheep, lots of sheep on that nomad, and the cavalry archers maybe. Or Goths if they get the free boom. But I think let's just dive into the game here first. So, this is Season 4, but it's 3rd division. Still a best of 3 to my knowledge. Round 3's Mega Randoms versus the Fox. That should be alright. Here we go. This is Land Nomad and it's a recorded game, so I might fast forward a bit as the players get started with their first town centers. Well, let's start with round 3's Mega Randoms. First, doesn't even show the full name, but we'll have to edit that later. Maybe round 3's Mega Randoms is their name anyway. So it shows here at the start of the game. Koreans for Lodosaurus Rex here. Why Koreans? Yes, war wagons. Yes, instant defense upgrades. Yes, if you're Dennis. Fast imp cavalry archers, but probably not. But yeah, most importantly, villagers get extra line of sight for scouting, so that's very handy to have in the early game of Nomad starts. You get to see a lot more of the map to begin with. Then we have the Lord of the Dance in the green here, as the Lithuanians. Now, new patch, new options for the Lithuanians. As you drop a town center, you are granted 100 extra food. That goes for any new town center later in the game as well. So Lithuanians have a very nice boom now. So maybe Lithuanians should be favored with a fast castle boom over a scouts play here for this land nomad game. But that remains to be seen. And finally we have Babu with the Mongols here. Dangerously close to 2 other players here. He's playing as the Mongols, which means that he'll benefit from faster hunt and have a nice, smooth, fast feud late for scouts or fast castle for Mangudai. And this plays the TC on stone here, so maybe castles drops and Mangudai is the idea here. Might be able to pull it off as well if he finds the opponents already getting that first boar. Didn't find any sheep though, or not a lot of sheep or goats, so that's of concern for the teal player. Also didn't drop any houses. So that certainly backfires now. Babu is going to run idle for a long time here because they didn't place houses! It's not even in a rush to place it. Yeah, 2 villagers rushing up that house. Could be first game jitters this. But yeah, getting Doom. Gonna complete that house and it's gonna be alright. Don't think he knows that red... No, yellow and purple are that close, but purple about to snag one boar of the Mongols player over here. So less boars to benefit from for the teal player. Sending one villager out. It's gonna get so lucky here. Look at this guy. No, he's not lucky at all. He missed the board by literally one tile there. That sucks. But yeah, he's going to struggle against purple and yellow here. It's going to be a tough one for Babu here. Mongols, Mangodai far off for now. Birdie, way down south here. Way down south. Look at this TC playment. 30 stone worth of walls over here. 30 stone worth of walls over here. And Birdie is enclosed in the corner here. And that's a good thing if he's walling off of his own and he walls this area, gets access to stone, walls this area, gets access to more stone and the golds. But if another player sees that before him, then Birdie is in big trouble because he's going to be walled in and can't go anywhere until he's chopped through all of this wood, and that could be towered. And it's a horrible starting spot. Horrible. But it is what it is. Maybe Birdie can make it work with the Cubans here. Could also move out and place a second TC with a fast feudal age here, being the Cubans. Look at Babu walling in the yellow player, Hindustani's player. Speaking of the other team, by the way, we have Spanish for AOE, who is a high-rated Norwegian player, actually, team game player. Played for Norway B in Nations Cup. Playing as the Spanish. If he manages to pull off the fast castle here, he'll be able to use the Conquistadors to demolish the other players with the mobility of the Conquistadors and raids. We have Tom with the Hindustanis providing the scouts line units bonus attacking against buildings could be handy. Also applies to camels. Don't know why Babu is committing 4 villagers to keep this one villager trapped by the mill over here, though. That's just overcommitment. I don't get that. Oh, we have the good old boxing fight here. Tom is taking a beating here. I guess we're not going to fast forward this one because there's lots of action already. That's one villager trapped at least, but that doesn't hurt Tom all that much. Tom even got a villager kill here off Babu, and Babu with a late TC. And the idle time from the lack of houses. He's got a rough start here, to be honest. Birdie about to lose 1 villager to the boar here, but it's fine. Must be realizing by now that down in the corner here, we need to expand soon as heck. He's going to mill some hunt over here. Also the boar seems to be fine with that. Barely got any on wood at this point, but this looks like a human second TC play to me. And if he places that here, for example, or even further away, maybe it's in a good spot to extend the economy and yeah, get that feudal age boom rolling and come back stronger in the castle age, assuming his teammates can keep the Mongols and the other players busy here. With that said, Laudosaurus Rex with the Koreans up north and the Lithuanians here to the left. They've got a lot of potential to spread out to the west and northeast, northwest side of the map to claim a lot of the map for their own benefit. And just have Babu keep the opponents busy here, because all 3 of the Fox crew are in the south side-ish of the map here. Still stuck. where are we going here? Babu with the Mongols. Still in the Dark Age. That's the idle villager count. It looks like that grey number there is struggling a little bit of food to get up here. Is that it? Yes, just a little bit short of food to get up to the next stage. Dropping some outposts here from Vision. Knows the yellow location. Does not know the TC location of NOE over here. Who is now dropping the blacksmith market. And has the stone close by here by the gold miners to get that castle and conquistadors production going. I mean, imagine a castle from NOB on the hill here. That would just cause devastation to Babu's economy. It's going very heavy on the gold here as well. And on the stone... Don't quite understand what Babu is up to here, but he's buying time. It probably wants to drop a market and use that to get to the next stage quickly though. Blue, however, Ladosaurus Rex is untouched in the north here, as is green most likely. Blacksmith market coming up here, whereas we have Birdie committing to some feudal age aggression here. Not a second TC after all. He's going for the stable and the scouts, but that's going to be good help to claim some map control here. Well, we have a full-on boxing fight going on over here between Babu and Tom. The player you really want to see Babu fighting here, though, that's the Spanish player NOB, and he's already on the way to the castle age, which could be really bad news for our Mongols player here. Still in the Dark Age, mind you. Still queuing villagers. And by the way, this game is developing. The Spanish player reaching the castle age before the Mongols players even clicked castle age, no, feudal age. That is not a good sign at all. Tom even managed to get a tower up here on the top side and deny the Mongols player of the gold. Only has now his stone. Still, well, he has that food to click up to the... Why is he clicked actually? Why hasn't he clicked? Why hasn't he gone feudal age here? Oh, there it is. So, clicked feudal age, but 15 seconds to go for NOE to reach the castle age here, which means that we're going to see a castle go up on this hill. We're going to see conquistadors pop out and make life awkward for the Lithuanians and Koreans players that are already subject to scouts aggression from the humans. That's a no-brainer, this castle for NOE. That's on the hill. It ranges the TC of Babu, and Babu at the brink of defeat here. If this keeps, he needs to send villagers close to the teammates to survive here at all. Yeah, he pulls the villagers away, not even going to bother with repairs here, but it's going to make the real feudal age. There's no denying the feudal age here, with even with that castle complete. No, don't repair. Where are you going? Where are you going? Why did you garrison villagers in the town center exposed to Spanish castle fire? Okay, send villagers over here. That's good. There's some food income over here as well. Good rebuild the TC over here. That's a nice spot. Except Birdie is here. Birdie's chasing the villagers! Yeah. I see them. Is it an act of mercy or what? Why aren't you chasing the blue villagers? Teal villagers, they don't even have a TC to fling him. And why are you... Why the mining camp? Why the mill? TC is going down. You need a lumber camp, my friend, and you need villagers alive to survive this. Round 3's Mega Relatives is down to 80 villagers or so. The Fox Crew now at 100 something. Oh, the quick walls though. Quick walls from Babu keeps one villager alive from the scouts for now. But they are human scouts with Hindu Sonics bonus. They are going to break through this palisade, and Babu is eventually going to run out of wood to repair this unless he places a lumber camp somewhere else to collect wood and get the a new town center up. Lord of the Dance in the green here has Knights out with the humans, has that 2 TCs going with the humans, providing extra food as you place more town centers as well. Last villager is down, the scouts managed to break through there, and Teal has lost 15 villagers total. Brutal aggression from the Fox crew so far this game. As another one gets picked off by the Lord of the Dance as well. This is sling, but it's allowed according to the rules to sling a teammate that needs to build a new TC. So that's not a rule break by any means. Just if anyone was wondering about that. No slinging allowed until Imperial Age, except for a teammate having to build a new TC and doesn't have the wood and stone for it. So clearly qualifies here. 16 villagers for Teal. Still in danger here if the Conquistadors find this spot, but they are far away, thankfully, for Teal. So Teal is going to live for a while yet. In the meantime, Purple is looking for blue space, because blue hasn't taken any damage at all this game. The Koreans player is at 0-0, Eco KD is also at 50 villagers, 4 town centers. And is doing the right thing, if you ask me. He knows that his teammates are under duress and attack, but he's also alone, all alone on the top side here, and has that free boom, which could really help to get the team back into the game if it's allowed to get that economy rolling and get the Koreans' death ball going with a potent economy behind it. Because there's one TC aggression behind this, or has been for a while now. There's 2 TCs for the Fox crew, for all of them. But there's been some time here for blue to really set up that economy. And he has the most villagers of all. Humans player trying for the double stables here also gets denied by green, so great spot there by the Lord of the Dance. Yeah, Nightbot is not very happy about Lynx, unfortunately. Don't be sorry, I'm going to see if I can find a way to allow it. Korean's castle going up there, so that's going to be... Okay, it doesn't work. Send it on Discord and I could try and show it between games or something. Yeah, I don't know how to allow links in. Yeah, Whisper is nice. Whisper is fine. Yeah. Oh, Arsec will be happy now. We have the donkey monks on the field. The monkeysters, as I call them, but the missionaries of the Spanish. So Enowy is in a meme mood here. Does he have... He doesn't have bloodlines. He may not have... He may not have... May not have... Oh, right. Yeah, good meme. This one. I lost my train of thought here, but we have the missionaries moving out. So these guys on horses, 7+1 range for them with New Balance. And they can convert... I think the only thing they can't do is collect relics, right? So let's see how these monks on horseback are doing double monster missionaries now for AOE. I guess it's kind of a reaction as well to seeing the knowing that war wagons will be going their way and the knights as well. See if they get some trades in here. War wagons trying to back off, but the missionaries are fast. They are horseback monks. Look at them go. 12 missionaries! Can't remember the last game I saw missionaries in the game at all, and less so multiple monster missionaries like this. This guy is just minding his own business, guarding the area over here. Camel investment from Birdie here works out okay against the cavalry of the Lithuanians. No Lithuanians knights on the field currently, but the castle is up, which means that Lightis might enter the field here from the Lord of the Dance. Round 3 is making run-ups. They're stabilizing, kind of. I mean, they're only, all things considered, they're doing decent here because they're only 20 or so villagers behind. Yes, Teal is still out of the game, but I mean, if you're allowed to be a boom in the back over here, there's still gold and resources to take in this area, and Tom isn't really doing too much with the camels over here, so I still see the Mongols with some potential to get back into the game here. Castle is coming in for the Mongols here, so not over at all by any means for round 3's mega randoms here. They're only about 50 population behind. Backside of the base, AOE is maybe beaming his way out of things here with the Conquista monks here running around the area and not really getting that much. Did he get any conversions at all, really? Not anything in particular. They got a few war wagons. Good reaction from the Koreans as well to add some scouts or possibly to become light cab to the mix here. The Lithuanians going imp as well, but no military really to benefit from that. I think I like AOE's spot better here. Food gold situation allowing for a paladin switch, but he's got other plans here. Got Theocracy and block printing in the way, and chemistry for bombard cannons perhaps as well. Yeah, there's donks galore here at this point. Read them as well! So the Donkistadors can now convert buildings as well and siege weapons once that kicks in. Illumination for faster regeneration of monk juice. And a Cuban's castle right in the face of the Lithuanians here as well. Do we have Imperial Chalet for the Cubans? Not really. But they have kept rams though. So the one and only Lithuanian's castle might go down there, which means that green and teal are very vulnerable on this side. Inside the castle we have Kipchaks as well. So once this castle is down, the Kipchaks can raid away and become very dangerous on the green and teal side, while Laudosaurus Rex is facing essentially a 3 versus 1 here, converted war wagons here of the Koreans, more monks or conquistadors, missionaries joining in here as well. And Birdie with a mix of light cab and camels here to move in front to block the missionary fire. Quite a few donks here. 18 donkistadors and counting. Koreans reaching the Imperial Age, but the Fox crew, they are doing the... making the proper move here to pressure the Koreans. The Koreans player well highest ahead in economy and army here, so that's the player they should be pressuring, and they've been essentially 3 vs 1-ing. It seems to be in a bit of a meme mood here, because there's a lot of light cab here and not so many other gold heavy units, but they move fast, and if you have enough of them, they also take out buildings decently quickly. And keep in mind, there's still the Hindustani's bonus to give the light cab and caval's line extra 2 extra bonus damage against buildings as well. Mongols castle going up here, Lithuanian's castle further away as well. Maybe we'll need some trebuchets from the Cumans here, but it's a while to go for that. 2 minutes to go until Birdie can queue trebuchets here. To see, I don't have enough stone for another castle, not yet. Still looking at the score perhaps and the progression of the game here, how Cumans survive over here and how the presumed strongest position here of the Koreans has been pushed to down to 59 builders, and that was sort of their point of return here for round 3's Mega Realms. The game, first neutral map game on that nomad goes into the Fox crew's hand. And yellow is a bit of a bully indeed, that's just almost exclusively light cab from Tom here. So that's, yeah, a bit on the nasty side, that army composition, but these things happen. If I was in the spot to do that, I would as well, I think. And it's playing into the Hindustani strengths, since they have bonus attack against buildings and whatnot. Decent KD for the Koreans here, not as decent for Babu, who faced some serious early game aggression from the opposing team here. And in the end it's the Fox crew taking the win, of course. Lithuanians not able to do too much either because of Birdie's early scouts. So good for the map control there with Cumans hiding in the corner and expanding as the game went on. You can tell from the Castle Age time that cost in terms of progression through the ages. But still able to provide for his team, of course, and almost keeping up with the boom of the Koreans there as well. Alright, so we have Hindustanis, Cumans and Spanish winning that one against Koreans, Mongols and Lithuanians, leading us to El Dorado as the next one. I've barely seen that map for the games I've casted, so I'm looking forward to that. That middle puddle there has lots of golds and stones. Around your TC you have shorefish for your villagers, so Chinese could actually be strong here, but I don't see... yeah, they're here. So Birdie is very likely to play Chinese for this one, because you're barely punished for the early game here. Poles comes to mind for controlling in the middle with getting gold from stone mining, and then maybe Berbers as well because of the abundance of gold, or Italians to counter some enemy cavalry play. Franks probably for Ladosaurus Rex's team. Malians comes to mind as well for raiding purposes, and then otherwise I'm at a loss as to what Goths may be. Let's see for game 2. Here we go with El Dorado. Second game. We have Ladosaurus Rex with the Japanese here. Might have the far edges in mind here actually with the Japanese, because the Japanese fishing ships, they work faster, giving you a nice food boost, and it's not that far off to go to the edge to dock these areas, but the deep fish, they're quite scattered, so you need quite a few docks to benefit from that. But on the other hand, if you're the only player committing to a dock, maybe that's going to work out well for you. In the pocket we have Babu with the Khmer. Khmer could probably pull off a nice, quick, fast cattle here without any interruptions if the flanks are keeping the opponents busy. And that could switch the balance up a bit if you pump out some early knights or early scorpions for that matter and work together with your teammate on flank with feudal age armies. Could switch things up a bit. We have Vietnamese for the Lord of the Lands. Civilization bonus, getting to know the town center location of the opponents. So Vietnamese knows they're up against Incas. Incas obviously should be strong on the map with this much stone and gold, if you can control the middle. Towers, castles, town centers, a little bit cheaper for the Incas. Pocket position, we have Tom with the Chinese here. If you look at the idle this time, that could probably be even lower, but it's still very good for the Chinese, starting with 0 food to be able to have only 33 seconds of idle town center time at this stage in the game. Gives them a villager lead, even with Loom research already. About 2 villagers lead still at the point, if this stays this idle this time. About 2 villagers lead once the others have researched Loom. It's a bit strange to see the Chinese in the pocket position here, but the players spawn close as well, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. Maybe we'll see some early Chinese scouts here to control on the map and keep the other team off the middle, and then have the flanks play the archers, and let Tom field scouts to left and right to work together with teammates. Finally, we have NOE with the Dravidians here. So that smells like a dock to me as well, to benefit from the deep fish, as with the Japanese. But if you want to play exclusively land aggression with the Dravidians, that's going to be good as well, because you can instantly afford easily both ranges and a blacksmith with your 200 wood boost as the Dravidians. Or you could place 2 ranges on land, delay the blacksmith and go for a dock as well, and commit to some fishing ships for some easy food income. Do we have any docks here at all? Or why is the builder difference that high? Tom is definitely docking with Chinese here. Great call to dock with the Chinese here, especially if you feel like you have the wood surplus for it. It doesn't quite have the wood for a dock yet. Dock will dice to wolf, says Ladosaurus Rex. Oh no! Guess the obvious attempt to keep the docking villager away from wood. And the Japanese, yes, wants to dock to benefit from that faster food. Unfortunate for Ladosaurus Rex here, unfortunately, but is going to get the dock up eventually. Not really any shore fish to benefit from for the docking villager here, but you could just send him back to work at home base. Finally the dock going up here. Maybe we'll see some naval fighting, maybe we won't, maybe we'll just see some free fish income here. I think that's NOE asking for scout help with the early aggression with the men-at-arms here, perhaps. 18 pop men-at-arms here for NOE. That's pretty early with men-at-arms push, but it's also possible because of the shorefish around UTC. Just look at the geese underneath these here as well. That's so much food that hasn't been eaten yet, and that will be safe underneath the town center. First militia popping out. Seems like they have the same plan here. That's actually working into Blue's favor here, but Ladosaurus Rex needs to get to the feudal age to benefit from the faster attacking infantry of the Japanese, so that's something to consider as well. Oh, wildlife, by the way. Looks like Tom is losing a villager to the wildlife here as well. So docking comes at the cost on this map. Oh, he wins it actually! Wow. Okay, some aggression paying off here for the Dravidians, getting the blue player of gold. Think about El Dorado is you seem to have only one gold pile per player close to TC. So 1600 gold, and it's relatively forward or in the back in this case for blue. So if you lose access to that at home, you're dependent upon trying to claim the middle somehow. So much resources in the middle here to be taken, but you'll need army and map control to benefit from that, of course. Let's see if Lodosaurus Rex has 120 gold, so he's going to be able to get some archers out to deal with these men-at-arms. Only 2 men-at-arms unless Inoue lost one, which could... No, didn't lose any, he just made 2 men-at-arms, not 3. So Frank Drush style from Inoue here. Babu here with some career scouts, but also the scouts at top are on point here just now. Round 3 is a bit low in army numbers here. What's the food situation on water? I mean, the eco count is comparable. It's 6 villagers difference, but that's mainly the fishing ship situation as well. Babu also fishing as well as over here, so they're most of the players here are benefiting from the fact that there's fish to be taken for free at the edges of the map. So they've prepared the map for sure. Great aggression from the Chinese here. No houses to hop into at that angle from Babu, so down they go. Similar scouts count as well as Tom will have an easier time getting to the blacksmith upgrades and bloodlines eventually. But pockets currently fighting each other with 0 upgrades each. Khmer got the eco upgrades in. That's not so much the case for Tom with the Chinese missing the farm upgrades, but also you don't really need to rush that with the Chinese because your farms carry more food anyway. Scout count still similar for the pockets, but this is bad news for Inoue actually. It's being caught off guard by Babu's scouts numbers here. Babu gonna clean up these numbers. Where are Tom's scouts? They're out of position. But Teal took some damage here as well. In the middle we have Inoue here with the Dravidians. Got one spearman there as well. I think he has additional damage against cavalry actually, but going to be facing some issues here with the armies of Ladosaurus Rex joining in here. Can I deny this tower? Actually, I understand the Japanese pick now, by the way. Japanese Yasama towers would be a great way to contest the middle here with the extra arrows that the Japanese towers fire once you get to the unique technology. So that could be some of the reasons as well, not just the fish bonus on the edges. There's some naval fighting going on as well. Japanese taking some responsibility here. But now it's all about the middle control. And it looks like we have the Fox crew with the slight edge here. Even though villagers are going down for the Fox crew, and they'll be losing 5 Dravidian villagers here trying to complete this tower. Good pickups here from the Lord of the Dance. Essentially minimizing numbers of the Incas, but now 5 builders moving to the middle for the Incas. They're going to drop more towers in the middle. They're actually contesting the middle here with feudal age towers rather than rushing to the castle age to get some middle secured that way. Defensive tower of Ladosaurus Rex here as well keeps the gold at home base safe, but that's not going to last you very long, is it? Especially not when having invested a little bit into water on the sides like that as well. Home base about to be completely secured with walls here, but oh, holy Khmer farms, 21 farms from the Khmer here, and a little bit of fish income as well. Means that assuming round trees can either collect enough gold or contest the middle enough to get some golden stone access here, the Khmer player shouldn't be too far off the castle age. It's very exposed though, the farm. You can't farm around your TC like on most maps, so you're dependent upon the safety of space. That probably explains the Khmer pick here actually, to have houses to hop into and hide inside. When raids like these happen, and you can see from the worker efficiency as it dwindles how much damage that's actually doing. Grey is also moving in towards the middle here, really needs to get more gold for continued RB production. The archers production almost ceased here, it's probably run out of gold at home base. Yeah, resource count pretty low, no food whatsoever, no farms. Grey is going to run seriously idle here, and is already quite heavily idled here at only 31 villagers, and seems to have forgotten the idea of food being a core resource in the early game of Age of Empires 2. Gets the tower up though. Would need another tower over here, I would say, to really keep the aggression out here, but we're going to need a little bit more stone for that. Already a couple of towers from round trees in the... no, fox tree, sorry, in the middle there. Gold is... it's not long until gold becomes a real issue for round trees mega randoms here. Gas stages on the way for blue here for the Japanese, also for purple. Tom with the Chinese are almost even. Oh, I really would have wanted that second tower of Grey over here. Some great pickoffs here from Tom in the middle, denying Grey that gold income. Is being joined by Babu over here, but still going to take losses here. Lord of the Dance, and also taking tower fire from the other side. Interesting to see how feudal age towers actually work out here for Eldorado. I haven't seen this map played a lot. It's a classic map from Age of from the Conqueror's expansion, but never really seen it in competitive play all that much. So castle age for Tom is going to go light cab probably for the scouts here. Triple stable scouts here for the Chinese. It would be strange not to get light cab with this amount of scouts out already. And Babu with the Khmer also has the resources for the upgrade, I believe. Or not. It's not been queued actually. That could hurt a lot here now for Babu. Going to lose the scouts mass. Not going to benefit from any upgrade here. Yes, Tom is going to take some losses to the light. Actually, before light, he needs to cancel light cab now. Actually, all he has. Okay, he's got more in the queue, but still got some decent trades there. As more towers go up in the middle. Birdie has some Incas towers going up as well. They are cheaper, stone-wise. 15% cheaper for the Incas. That goes for castles as well, so whenever the Incas player makes it to the castle age eventually, we might see some Incas castles here and some cavalries to counter cavalry play as well. It's good that we enjoyed the map. Maybe it should be... I mean, it won the community vote, so maybe it should be seen more often. This is easy getting denied. The blue player, Lodosaurus Rex, is quick walling for his dear life over here as the light cavalry trying to pound through the palisade walls here. Actually, that Vendor can only repair one palisade at a time, so that's some proper micromanagement going on here. But I think the light cavalry and that PC stays unbuilt. Good efforts though, but there's also a tower here denying some resource income as well, if that town center would have completed. We need to go back to the resource tab now. See that Lodosaurus Rex is completely out of gold. We'll have to trust the market here for gold for, well, gold costing units around here. Right, Cab also catching the Vietnamese armies off guard here. Haven't really seen much more of the naval fighting, but I also don't really see much. The Fox Crew has double up on the fish actually, so suppose keeping blue busy on land means that the fish is suffering from that at this point. We are about to see the ultimate flex from NOB in the orange here as well. It's only one TC here, but has a pretty decent fish economy going on here. That's what's allowing NOB to queue some elephant archers here. They're tanky beasts, these guys. So Dravidians going to contest the Vietnamese feudal age still. Archer masses with elephant archers here, but with some towers and some cavalry out on the field. The first few elephant archers aren't going to do all that much for NOB over here. To be fair, round 3's mega random. They are still with a massive military lead here, all things considered. The issue is that they are falling massively behind in the economy as well, because they don't have all their team members in the Castle Age. They've suffered losses to builders going down, and more importantly, they've had more idle towns at the time compared to their opponents. So that's making it all much harder to use the army they have to contest the middle, because they also have to focus at home base to keep their raids away constantly. We have the Lord of the Dance reaching the Castle Age as well, so now all players in the Castle Age at this point, almost 100 builders lead for the Fox Crew now, but round 3's mega randoms with the castle in the middle now. They might have some comeback potential here now with the secure in the middle like this, because there aren't any castles just yet from the Fox Crew in the middle. Their stone situation, however, suggests that we will be seeing some castles here shortly. Longswords now from NOE. What's longswords about? Certainly a unique approach here. Longswords should be weak to cavalry. Then knights only with feudal age upgrades, yes, but they're still higher hit points than the longswords. I don't really see this working here. Besides, Babu could just mix in some karambits here with the economy already set up for knights spam here. I don't know why the production has halted here. The stable's not really producing units anymore, not the castle either. While Babu still has food and gold in the bank. Maybe is aiming for Imperial Age here to get trebuchets out to deal with these now guard towers in the middle from Birdie here. That's a lot of Inca's guard towers controlling the half of the part of the middle here now. I mean, this is like a Gold Rush or Golden Pit map, but without the pit or the hill in the middle. You have the hills here otherwise, and yeah, it just encourages more army usage, I think, to control the middle here. Tom keeps insisting upon the light cab here, but that's also a gold issue. Tom isn't really in the middle mining gold yet. At home base we have NOE adding a castle here as well. for defensive purposes and for the unique technology, perhaps. Unique technologies. So I'm liking the fish situation here from Team Fox Crew. Fish boom, big fish boom for NOE. Still going to commit. I thought he was going to commit to the elephant archers, but he's committed to infantry now. But he has 31 fishing ships on the water, and they are not going to suffer from raids from the opposing team anytime soon. So that brings in a very safe food economy. As Birdie manifests the middle here with guard towers. Underrated map positioning with the guard towers like this. It actually makes raiding virtually impossible for enemy units here, as they will take fire from several towers at the time. We don't really have ballistics for the towers. That could be an issue, possibly. But, I mean, long term, but still, how many towers here? It's 14 guard towers from Birdie in the middle. Ridiculous. Good raids from Tom to the right hand side there as well. You see that Eco KD creeping up tower defense from the Vietnamese as well. As Laudosaurus Rex is dropping more ranges now. Doubling up on the crossbow band production. Maybe hoping for... I was gonna say an Arbalest power spike, but that Imperial Age is far away. We have Imperial Age for Babu with the Khmer though, so that helps out. It's just that the 46 builders and the raids that have been happening along the way has set the Khmer back in terms of what the Imperial Age could really bring. We have crossbows against longswords here, but the longswords are in larger mass than crossbows on Laudosaurus Rex here, so that should still be good trades for NOE here. I mean, yes, the infantry goes down, but if you look at the overall economy, especially of the Fox Crew, it hurts a lot less to lose your full army if you have an economy to back it, like the case over here. These guys just love their light cab, don't they? 46 light cab, only light cab from Tom here. They are... either just really loving light cab, or they are in a bit of a memeing mood again here. Feeling confident that they've got this game. We've got all the Dravidian docks around here as well. Redocking to make the most of the deep fish, and then placing fish traps. 31 fishing ships and counting for NOE over here, so it's only one TC really for NOE, but all of the food income is on water, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's got a few farms, but... play light cab as much as possible all the time. Not the meme is underrated. Yeah, I like the light cab as well. I like all-in scouts and upgraded them to light cab. I just don't really see it that frequently in team games. With the Hindustanis combo, I can see it working. Or if you have a Turks Hindustanis team combination, for example, with the Pierce armors. No, wait. Yeah, the Turks for the same bonus with the Pierce armor and the Hindustanis bonus. And yeah, in this case it seems to be working, but I think it might be a little bit of a skill gap as well, which aids the purpose. And we have this mass of fully upgraded light cab. Obviously you're going to be looking at good trades against crossbow armies here. It's like 3 times the light cab, 2 crossbows here. Relatively easy trade. Although he's still insisting about the infantry here, he's got the longswords, he's also heading towards the Imperial Age. Round 3 is down to 155 villagers, that's almost down to half of the opposing team here, but keep in mind that a lot of this is the fish as well. There's some fish economy going on here and there. Even trading of water, which is... How far are these guys trading actually? I mean, I guess if you're trading from here and all the way over here or something, you'll get decent returns. Yeah, let's see how that works out for Birdie. It's just Birdie trading for the time being. Derbyshire is cleaning up the towers in the middle here, which means that if the middle gets cleaned up, the Inca player won't have stone to place new towers. It's 19 on stone for the time being, but that's being pushed back here. So Babu, taking some serious responsibility in the middle here, is joined by Vietnamese arbs from his teammates, or not arbs yet, but crossbows. That will obviously provide good cover fire against the light cap over here. It's all about the middle now for round 3's mega randoms, because they need that golden zone access. It's absolutely vital for them to get that resource income. Whereas the Fox crew can survive for a lot longer with trash, only because they have a fantastic fish boom going on the sides. One that has barely even been scouted by their opponents. Lots of purple on the map as well. 65 light cap and counting here. Chinese light cap to dominate the game here in the Imperial Age. Full upgrades on them except for the last attack upgrade. And see all the purple dots over here, just having the time of their lives here. Only... Tom still doesn't have a horse collar and is spamming light cap there's no tomorrow. That's funny. I guess the resource count isn't an issue here. There's still wood in the bank, and if you at least have a handcart, at least your farmers will be more efficient, even if you need to replenish them all the time. Guard towers with bracer causing a little bit of trouble for the trebuchet push of Babu in the middle here. And Fox crew now about to sort of reclaim the middle here. Can we see the gold yield of these guys somehow? 95 gold, not bad. Not bad. AOE is the only one who can afford a castle for the time being, so he should probably be moving into the middle to try and claim the position here. Urumi Swordsman against the infantry investment of the Japanese as well. If you get to elite and get to the proper upgrades for the elite Urumi Swordsman, the Japanese won't really have much they can say in this case. But you see the fast attack here, it's doing work for round 3's mega randoms here. 2 players still in the castle age though, they're fighting against the full Imperial Age team, and they are out-popped by about 200 or more here. Which makes it just all that more awkward to fight back. How many light cap now? 94 light cap and counting still? No. Okay, horse collar is in actually, so Tom eventually got a horse collar here. Maybe he's been taking lessons from the cover or something. I don't know. Military situation not that far off. It's like 121 to 74 here. But the eco situation behind that is so much stronger for round 3 now for the Fox crew. which essentially means that if you lose units on either team, it's going to be so much easier for the Fox crew to replenish the armies because they have the economy to back it. It shows in the stats here as well. And it's just full on light cab from the purple player. Got some Theriasadai on the, or some Jabba ships on the ocean as well, just in case Brown Trees try to fight back here. Still trying to fight back the middle here, but now we have Inca's keeps all around here. And because they have trade on the water, they're not as dependent on the middle resources either. If you just buy stone to get stuff up here. Not a single castle for the Incas this game, also only one TC. But the fish boom obviously boosting the resources. Looks like the trade is running smoothly here as well. It is a 2-0 for the Fox crew. Putting up a good show here. Great efforts from Roundtree's Mega Randoms, but looks like the Fox crew just have a better working plan overall for this map as well. The main learning from watching this back is that we should have resigned well earlier. Yeah, you never know, but you'd have needed to contest the... If you'd contested the water, right? Then suddenly that's... 83, 106 eco units there. I mean, they're still ahead, don't get me wrong, but if they are not allowed to get to this fish boom, it could be way more even with the middle push here. If another player of Roundtree's Mega Random had taken some responsibility to try and contest the fish boom and scouted it, then the game could look different. There's small things. Yeah, it sucks with the dock villager for sure. And I'm not sold on men-at-arms for this map as well, because you only have your starting gold pile, and it makes your men-at-arms play a lot more vulnerable. As you saw, your resources got contested early, and it just messes up everything. A little bit curious about maybe not so much the ability situation, and Tom obviously getting value from the light cav here, but the economy situation, to see the food stats, for example. How as that fish boom kicks off, it just keeps escalating, right? Because it's not like farms and that you have to reseed. And in Tom's case, of course, it's Chinese farms, but also the fish for NOV here, starting modestly around the same level, and then you have an untouched food source that just keeps growing. Oh yeah, right, if the 20 pop drops hit early enough and you push them off gold, that makes sense actually. So that explains the Japanese pick as well. Most of this was farmers, I think. 81 fishing ships. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm finding the APM count here, so showing some nice spikes for players. Okay. GG's and congrats to the Fox crew for winning the playoffs.